This is the Checka Pro Radio Show. Checka Pro Joe has assembled a team of pre-qualified home service contractors to bring you the latest in services, products, and techniques. Stand by for an informative hour of home improvement radio. Now, here's your host, the man with the hard hat and tool belt, Checka Pro Joe.
Cody Johnson from A1 Garage Door Service. It's so great to have you here on the Checka Pro Radio Show. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Thank you for having me here.
So you've been in the garage door industry for decades, haven't you?
Well, now, come on. Now you're dating me. But yes, I have. I've been doing it for a couple decades.
Well, I am so glad that you've come to the Checka Pro Radio Show today because I'm excited and my listeners are very excited as well because you have brought a fantastic offer that can only be found here on Checka Pro Radio, correct?
Absolutely. You said bring a strong offer. I brought you the best one there is.
Okay, so here is the deal, everybody. I want you all to get ready because I'm going to be giving out the phone number in a moment. So, Cody, let me see if I've got this right. You have got an offer for my listeners, only $129 for a garage door tune-up. But there's more. You're going to be giving away 10 free rollers. That's a value of $350 for just $129?
Absolutely. Yes, Joe. So you said bring a strong offer, and that's what we're doing. Now, these aren't just builder-grade rollers. These are going to more than likely be 4-inch rollers that have nylon with ball-bearing rollers. These things are going to make your door a lot quieter and a lot smoother, and we're going to tune up the door. You know, we're going to make sure all the nuts and bolts are tight. We're going to oil all the hinges, the brand new rollers and the springs. And then on top of that, one thing I didn't tell you, a little bit of a secret, but it's not a secret anymore. We're also going to do a full 29-point safety and security inspection on that.
So it's not just the 129 garage door tune-up, but you're going to do the 29-point inspection. We're not going to go through each one of those 29 points, but can you go over like the top 3 or 4 that stick out in your mind?
Absolutely. I mean, I want you to kind of think of it like when you go to the doctor, they read your vitals, right? Mm-hmm. So that's really what we're kind of doing with the 29-point inspection. We're going to weigh the door. We're actually going to weigh the door, okay? So we're going to weigh the door. Hey, if it's less than 5 pounds, the spring's cleared. It's doing good. Great job. If the door weighs 50 pounds, which we've seen, the heaviest I've seen here is actually 95 pounds. That's scary. The door should not weigh 95 pounds. The springs are the muscle of the garage door. The door should weigh 5 pounds or less, just sitting there on the ground. So the opener safeties were at full blast. We're going to inspect the safeties of the opener. You can imagine this. If it's at full blast, what if it's hitting a bike or a kid or something? It's not stopping if it's at full blast. That's a dangerous thing. And we're going to inspect, the hinges and the cables and even the bottom rubber, at the bottom. Is there gaps underneath? Has it shrunk? Has it gone rock hard? So, those are just a few of the 29 points that we inspect.
Absolutely. So 129 for a garage door tune-up, and you're going to get 10 free rollers, the best rollers you can get out there, a $350 value for $129. But wait, there's more. The 29-point inspection. Some of those points have already been discussed here with Cody and myself. One more thing that I didn't mention. Unfortunately, not everybody listening is going to be able to get this. So only 10 of my listeners are going to get this deal, so you've got to call now. Call 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, a little slower, 602-462-8748. I have a note right here, Cody, that says no high-pressure sales. Who wants to be sold, right? Don't we educate here on the show and then people make a decision to call you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no high-pressure sales. Our job is to go out there and make a friend. We're looking to make raving fans is really what we really want to do, Joe. We're going to go out there and we're going to outcompete everybody else. We're going to make a great relationship with the client. We really want you to refer us and give us a 5-star review afterwards.
You need to call right now. And by the way, there is no obligation to buy. You've got to call now to get your 129 garage door tune-up. And you're going to get 10 free rollers, ordinarily $350. Once again, only $129 today. That's an unheard of price. You're also going to get a 29-point inspection on your garage door, on the whole system. You're going to know everything about your garage door. The garage door is the front door to your home. Many people use it. It takes up a good 40% of most people's facades of the home. It should look good. It should operate well. It should be very safe. And you're going to find out how safe it is with your 29-point inspection. Basically, it's a free 29-point inspection when you buy the 129 garage door tune-up. And you're going to get the 10 free rollers. Call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, a little slower, 602-462-8748. Now, Cody, the 10 free rollers, these aren't those noisy ones. These aren't the plastic ones that just ride in there and have a lot of friction. I have rollers just like this on my garage door. These are nylon rollers, and it can take an average garage door and make it run like a Cadillac garage door, right? It's going to be quieter, smoother, and it's going to extend the life of the garage door.
Absolutely, absolutely. When I bought my house, I go out there, finally got moved in, and it took me all of 1 week to change those rollers. I hit the button. I'm hearing these squealing noise. Like some rollers, they're plastic rollers and they don't have any ball bearings. And so I want you to imagine like driving down the freeway with your emergency brakes on. You're like, well, something's not right. And they're just sticking in the track. Oh my gosh, I just changed them immediately. And so we put on nylon rollers with ball bearings so that way in the track they're actually rolling. What a concept. What a concept, right? And so now the door doesn't make as much noise, really no squealing at all. And the door is working a lot smoother, which helps prolong the life of the opener and the door. That's what we did at my own personal house. Brand new house. I had to do that.
When I decided to have you on my radio show, Cody, I was thinking, what is the best offer that you can bring to my listener? You guys install garage doors, garage door openers, you repair, you maintain. And I was thinking, what is the easiest, quickest, best value? It just came down to these rollers. When you think about all the things that you can do to a garage door, you guys can efficiently, quickly replace the rollers and make a huge difference for just $129. You're also going to give them the garage door tune-up and a 29-point inspection. Just the rollers and the tune-up are $350. The 29-point inspection you're throwing in for free. This is a phenomenal offer. I really appreciate you bringing this to my listeners, and I want everyone who's listening now who wants to get their garage door tuned up and get free rollers. You've got to call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. A little slower, 602-462-8748. Let's talk about the garage door and how people use it today. It goes up and down often, doesn't it?
Oh, it does. Back in the old days when my dad was first showing me, most of the time the customer used their door maybe 2 or 3 times. But what we've been seeing lately is most clients are using the door. It's like the front door of the home. It really is the front door of the home. Most clients are using their door 10 to 15 times or more a day. With that increased usage, it's what's called a cycle. Up once, down once is one cycle. And with the increased usage there, what we're seeing is a lot of times the builder grade parts are breaking down a lot quicker than what it originally would have back in the old days, right? Also, by the way, builder grade stuff, quite frankly, just aren't as good as they used to be. So. But yeah, so one thing that we do one thing that sets us different than most people is that we do have proprietary parts and top end stuff that we can offer you, the clients. We have Max Life rollers, Max Life springs. These things are going to last you 8 to 10 times the life of a normal spring or a normal roller. And we have those on the truck ready to go.
I know you have fully stocked trucks, and that's really important. And the reason why I bring that up is some people will hire a home service company to find out that the person that they hired or a small company they hired to come out wasn't fully prepared. Yes, maybe they're a trained technician. Maybe they're very good at what they do. However, they're not the type of company to be able to fully stock a truck. That usually comes down to being a mature company that's capitalized. You guys have that fully stocked truck. Tell me and my listeners why that's so important, Cody.
Absolutely. So, unfortunately, in our industry, there's a lot of subcontractors, and really that's what's happening. All of our employees, all my colleagues are employees of the company. They're not subcontractors, okay? And, why would a client care, right? Why would a client care? A lot of times in a subcontractor situation, you call a company, they're sending somebody else out to that place. That person was never trained by that company. By us, we actually have our technicians, they're certified. We send them to a training academy. They are certified technicians, and they are trained in the way to do everything safely and to make sure that your garage door is going to be secure and safe. And also they're going to be safe, right? And everybody is background checked. Everybody is drug tested. We have training for, how to handle different situations and different types of garage doors. There's a lot of different ones, believe it or not. And one thing that we also do is the vans that we have, they have full inventory. We can handle about 99% of the stuff that we see every day. We can do right then and there, and it's on the truck. So we're not inconveniencing the client to have them block off another half of a day 3 weeks from now. And so we have most of the stuff on the truck. And that's what really sets us apart. We can do everything generally right now. And isn't that going to be much more convenient for the client?
I would say absolutely. If you've just tuned in to the Check-A Pro Radio Show, I am your host, Check-A Pro Joe. My expert guest today, Cody Johnson. He is a garage door expert. He has brought to the radio show today a great offer. Only $129 for a garage door tune-up. But on top of that, he's going to give you 10 free rollers. Your garage door has never sounded this good. This is a $350 value for only $129. On top of that, though, he's going to give you a 29-point inspection. You can basically say that's free or included. But you have to call now. When the show started, we had 10 of these offers available to my listeners. Jerry, who's my producer, is talking in my ear, and he says we only have 8. So you must call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, 602-462-8748. Cody, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, more about your garage door and how it can sound a whole lot better and how you can save a whole lot of money.
This is the Check-A Pro Radio Show.
Dennis Prager here. Just go to checkapro.com. You'll find names, phone numbers, affiliations, and license numbers, everything you need to feel confident about hiring a contractor and getting your project done right. Checkapro.com.
A noisy garage door is a cry for help. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner at A1 Garage Door Service. Most repairs are simple, but if left untreated, they can turn into costly repairs. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. We fix garage doors fast with quality parts designed to last a lifetime. From repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. Call A1 Garage Door Service, and you'll be smiling today.
A1Garage.com, A1 from day one.
Back here on the Check-A Pro Radio Show, I have got my garage door expert, Cody Johnson, who is the great-grandson of C.G. Johnson.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily accurate, but the reason why I bring this up is Cody Johnson has the same name as the individual back in 1921 that invented the overhead garage door. What a coincidence.
Look, it's amazing. I'm here, and I'm alive now. So how about that?
So it's been a while now. 1921, we've been using garage doors for a very long time, but they're not the same as they used to be. They function kind of the same way. They kind of look similar, but the technology's changed a lot.
Oh, yeah. The technology is ramped up massively now. So a lot easier to use. And did you see on that, what was it, 1926, he created the first electric opener?
Opener, yeah.
That's amazing. And yeah, I've seen a couple. I've been blessed to see a couple of the old tanks there from like the 40s. I've never seen the 1926 one, though. But the technology nowadays on the brand new openers, they're so quiet, they're so smooth. They've got cameras built in, LED lights, and Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, can you believe that? You can open and close it from work or from the movie theater if you want to. It's amazing technology that we have available for our clients now.
Yeah, back in the 1970s and 80s when I grew up, Cody, my parents had a fantastic garage door opener. You're looking at them. So we didn't have an electric system. We had Joe. Joe would jump out of the station wagon, and my parents would say, Joe, lift up the door. And there was that handle in front.
Yeah.
Up it went. And some of our doors didn't go up like they do now with rollers. Some of them swung open as one solid piece. I think a lot of our listeners may remember those. Those doors could still be available today, especially in a retro type look. But you had to watch out because they swung at you. And things have changed a lot. The garage doors today, such as MyQ system, can allow people to come into your garage door with a special code. There are cameras. You can program the garage door to go down at a certain time. If you forgot that the garage door is up after you've left your home, you can get on an app and shut it. There's all kinds of stuff you can do now.
Absolutely. It's so convenient now. You can even have Amazon deliver packages. So, when you get to maybe around birthdays and Christmas and stuff, you can actually, you buy a TV for the kiddo or something. You're like, you don't want to leave that on a front porch. You don't want the front porch pirates to steal your stuff. You can give Amazon special permission. You have to do it through Amazon, but you can have special permission where they're able to deliver inside the garage. That technology exists. You do not have to use it. You don't have to. You can allow them to do that. But I mean, how convenient is that? And that's really what it's about. It's about how it's convenience. That's what it's really all about.
Cody, let's get back to the offer, because that's really the special part of this program. I do appreciate the education you bring, though, and so do my listeners. It's really a special part of the show when I can bring Cody on and he can explain to us how our garage door works, why it does certain things, and how to make it look and sound better. Today, we're talking about how to make it run better, sound better, and ultimately last longer. Cody has brought an offer for just $129, a garage door tune-up. As part of that tune-up, he's adding 10 free rollers. This is a $350 value for just $129. There's no catches here, no strings attached. You've got to call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. 129 garage door tune-up and get 10 free rollers. But wait, there's more. I love saying that, Cody. You're offering a 29-point inspection on top of that, absolutely free. Thank you very much.
Well, I just am glad to be here, so thank you.
It's an awesome deal. Now, we say 10 free rollers. For those of you who don't know, that's all you need. It's not like you have 12 rollers on your door and Cody's going to add 10. 129 garage door tune-up, get 10 free rollers, a $350 value for just $129, and get a 29-point inspection on your garage door. But you must call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. Jerry, my producer, says there's only 7 of these offers left. Call now, 602-462-8748. Cody, it's so important to get your garage door tuned up, to get it inspected, to get the new rollers, because a garage door that's maintained will extend the life of the door.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's going to extend the life of the door. It's going to extend the life of the operating unit. And it's going to work much smoother and much quieter and also much safer. Like, let's not forget, a garage door is one giant wall. It's a giant wall that's going up and above your car, your kids, your family. And we need to make sure that that door is going to be operating safely. And, most people may not realize this, but a lot of garage doors, the dead weight of a garage door can be upwards of, maybe a lightweight metal door could be 150 pounds, but there's some heavy, heavy ones. The heaviest one that I've seen here is 995 pounds. Now it has wood on it. It's got a lot of fancy stuff on it, but that's what the doors can weigh. So if the door's not operating safely, like if the whole goal here is we got to make sure it's safe and secure. If there's a cable that's frayed, can you imagine that the door's halfway up and the cable just breaks? The door's going where? It's going down, and it's not going to be safe. So that's kind of the goal. We get eyes on. We should be doing a yearly tune-up is really what should be happening. And, that might be surprising to most people, but this is basically, we're just doing a vitals check on your garage door.
In front of me, I have a sheet with 8 points on it that have to do with garage doors. I want to go through some of these.
Okay.
Talk about the high return on investment. We have talked about this before on the radio. By installing a brand new garage door, you're going to not just get the money back for what you invest on the door, but you get more back for it. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, let's not forget here, the garage door is 40% of the face of the home. Mm-hmm. Okay, so a lot of times you come home and the door's rusted, the paint's chipping, maybe there's a crack down the middle of the door. I mean, think about the curb appeal here. The ROI, did you want to mention it or do you want me to mention it?
I see it. It says 193%.
Yeah, according to Remodeling Magazine, that's what they came up with. They did a cost value study on it, and 193% ROI. It's really even more than that. Like, that's just, you're getting instant equity in your house. That's great. But if you put in a nice insulated steel back door and it's got a good insulation there, it's energy efficient. You're going to be able to save some money on your energy. The door is going to be more rigid, smoother, and quieter. When you come home, you can have pride in your home again. I mean, I've seen this. It's amazing. You think, oh, it's just a garage door. It's a whole system, really, is what it is. But I've had customers, after I install a door, they literally are so happy. They're hugging me. They invite me for dinner and all of that. And they're just so happy because they have something new, bright, new, and shiny, right? And they're ecstatic about it.
Speaking about garage doors, for those of you who are listening right now, if you've been looking for a new garage door but don't know who to trust, who to call, you can call Cody and his team. They are fantastic. I understand that you guys will give a free quote on a new garage door for those interested.
Absolutely, yes. In the old days, we used to quote you over the phone. It made no sense. We would go out and we'd bring a door and the door wasn't the right size. It made no sense. So we figured out real quick, that's not the right way to do it. That's not a great customer experience. So what we do is we go out there, but we're going to measure the door. We're going to take a couple pictures of the garage door. We're going to take a picture of the outside of your house. And what's really cool, my virtual product specialist, they can put new images of what that new garage door is going to look like on your house. Let's say you have a white garage door, but you want to see what a chocolate color door looks like. We're going to be able to show you. Maybe you want to see what a wood grain door looks like. We can show you on that. You're not stuck guessing anymore about, well, I kind of hope it looks all right when it's all done. No. We're going to get you something custom, but you're going to know exactly what it's going to look like, and you're going to be happy with it. I promise you that. We're going to get you something custom designed just for you.
And that process you just explained to me and my listeners is free.
Yes, on all door quotes. That is our process on door quotes. Absolutely.
So call now for a free door quote. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, a little slower, 602-462-8748. If you've just tuned in to the radio program, I have got Cody Johnson, who is a garage door expert, joining me here on the Check-A-Pro radio show. We're talking about all things garage doors. The special thing about what Cody and I are talking about today is a special offer. Your garage door likely needs to be tuned up, especially if it never has. And Cody, wouldn't you agree with me? Most garage doors haven't had a tune-up.
Yeah, unfortunately, most garage doors have not had a tune-up, and the reason that we're usually there is because the garage door broke. And a lot of times we could have prevented that. So we have clients that are missing work or can't pick the kids up from school or can't go do some errands that they need to do. They're in a rush, right? They're in a rush because they didn't plan on this. So the purpose of the tune-up is we can be preemptive now. We can be preemptive. We'll get out there. We'll inspect the garage door. We're going to tune it up. We're going to make sure all the nuts and bolts are tight. We're going to lubricate the door, and we're going to do a 29-point inspection and make sure that the garage door is in a good standing.
This is a $350 value. It's actually a little more than that because the garage door tune-up and the 10 rollers is a $350 value. Cody is also throwing in a 29-point inspection. All of this is only $129 today to the next 6 callers. Call now, 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. So, Cody, a lot of people have a toothache, or even worse, they need a root canal. What I mean by that is people will go to the dentist twice a year to prevent the toothache, to prevent the root canal. You guys get calls all the time for the root canal, meaning my spring broke, the garage door fell off the track, my garage door looks like crumpled up foil, right? Because some of that stuff can crinkle and it's done.
Absolutely.
The reason why I compare it to the dentist is when you do preventative maintenance, you're less likely to need the root canal for dental or a new garage door because it wasn't maintained right. Some of these garage doors work really well and will last forever if they're not compromised. Once they're compromised, these panels can literally crumble.
They absolutely can crumble. And you're absolutely right. I mean, we're all about giving our clients options, and and we're here to make sure the door is operating safely. I will say this though, there are times that maybe the homeowner didn't pick out that garage door, right? And while we're there, you can absolutely ask our trained technician, what are we looking at on a new system? And they'll be able to give you some ballparks. And if you really want a door quote, we can get that for you too. Really, the goal here is let's make sure the door is operating safely and go from there.
Call Cody right now, 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, a little slower, 602-462-8748. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the benefit of enhanced curb appeal and improved energy efficiency of your home and your garage. That's coming up next right here on Check-A Pro Radio. Stand by.
This is the Check-A Pro Radio Show.
This is Sebastian Gorka. If you're looking for a quality home service provider, log on to checkapro.com. That's checkapro.com.
One simple thing that you could do to keep bugs and pests from entering your garage is to replace the bottom rubber. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello here from A1 Garage Door Service. Replacing the bottom rubbers of your garage door can have a huge impact on the number of bugs you see in your garage and in your home. As the weather starts to warm up, keep the pests outside by calling A1 Garage Door Service. For quality service and repairs, call A1 Garage Door Service today.
A1Garage.com. A1 from day one.
Back here on the Check-A Pro Radio Show, I am Check-A Pro Joe. I love what I do. I help you, the homeowner, get matched up with pre-qualified home service professionals, and I've got one of those in the studio today. His name is Cody Johnson. He is our garage door expert on Check-A Pro Radio. Cody, welcome back to the show.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
It is so great to have you here. We're going to talk about enhanced curb appeal in terms of garage doors in a moment, as well as improved energy efficiency. But before we do that, I want to get back to this offer you have brought. Only $129 for a garage door tune-up and 10 free rollers. Your garage door will never, sound better, never operate better by getting it tuned up and getting the 10 free rollers for just $129, ordinarily $350. Only 4 of these left. You must call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. And Cody, of course, on top of that, for the $129, you're going to throw in a 29-point inspection. What are some of the things you guys are going to inspect?
Yeah, so what we're going to inspect is we're going to check out like the hinges, the cables. The cables are like the tendon. It spreads the strength out from the springs. So the springs are like the muscle of the garage door. A lot of people may not realize this, but most garage doors, they could be 150 to the heaviest one I've personally seen is just shy of 1,000 pounds. But when the door is on the ground and the door should weigh no more than 5 pounds, believe it or not, it should weigh no more than 5 pounds. So the heaviest one that I've seen lately, other than like a broken spring scenario, I've seen one that's 95 pounds on the ground. How is my mom going to lift up the garage door when the power goes out and the door is 95 pounds? What we've seen before is when that happens, the opener is going to get torn up. The door is going to get torn up. But more importantly, the opener on that particular one that the door was 95 pounds on the ground, the opener's forces were at full blast. And so most people may not realize this. I hope they do realize it. They should. You have safeties built into openers. You have photo eyes at the bottom, about 6 inches off the ground, but you also have an up force and down force. Like, hey, how hard am I going to put pressure on you before I stop? And when it's at full blast, that is a massive safety issue. We've got kids, we've got people walking underneath the garage door. You've got your vehicles underneath garage doors. If it's at full blast, somebody can get massively hurt or it can do massive damage. The whole goal is to find out if there's any safety or security concerns. If it is, bring it to the attention of the client, and hopefully there's no issues, and that'd be great.
Call now to get your free 29-point inspection. You'll get the 29-point inspection for your garage door free when you get your $129 garage door tune-up. And on top of that, you're going to get 10 free rollers, nylon rollers. Your garage door will never sound better, will never operate better. A $350 value for only $129. Only a handful of my listeners will get it. Call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, a little slower, 602-462-8748. Cody, let's talk about the enhanced curb appeal. You can do so many things to a garage door to enhance the curb appeal. Everyone, just picture your garage without a garage door. Now you can make it over by putting a new garage door on. It can have different panels. It can have different texture. It could be an insulated door. It could be an overlaid door. It has different colors. You can put hardware on it. What have I missed?
You forgot the glass. You
The
can
glass.
have windows, and you can have, like, when you said different type of textures, we of course, most garage doors are made of steel now. Most people think it's aluminum, Coke can type stuff, but most garage doors are steel, but some are wood overlays. You can have what's called a full view aluminum door, really thick gauge aluminum rails with beautiful windows in there. You can have frosted glass. You think it, you can almost get it made. You really can. Our vendors, our partners that make these garage doors, they're the best in the world at what they do, and it's a blessing to have them as our partners.
Garage doors are sexy.
I like the way you said that.
Yeah, and the reason why I say that is garage doors are not just for the garage anymore. Maybe it's my imagination, but I've been to a number of restaurants and bars where they're putting garage doors in. All of a sudden, the inside's the outside, the outside's the inside. These are often like a full glass door. Tell me about that. It's really a thing. Like, garage doors are not just for the home anymore. They're popular everywhere.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like we were discussing earlier, you can get just about any type of garage door, any type of look that you're looking for. And we've seen them at restaurants. We've seen them at bars. And also, don't forget, it also secures everything too, right? And the whole goal is they want to open it up. You open the environment up. In the evening hours when it's time to shut down, you still got to secure everything. And the garage door, it's a moving wall. I love it. I really love it. It's kind of weird. I like garage doors.
And we're going to be talking about increased home security in a moment. But before we do that, I want to talk about improved energy efficiency. A lot of people have what I call a builder grade door. That's okay. Relatively secure, covers the door, it keeps your belongings inside and so forth. But you can really improve the efficiency with insulated doors.
Absolutely. Yes. I mean, like, I don't want my mom to have a builder grade anything, to be honest with you. You know, a lot of times it's just a basic builder pan door or very little thin insulation. Some of the stuff that we can get our hands on nowadays, it's a stronger gauge metal on the outside. There are different types of insulation levels and different thicknesses, so it increases your insulation level, and then steel on the inside. So it's like double layered steel. So the door is much more rigid and much stronger. It's a noise deadener. So if you have kind of a busy street and there's a lot of noise penetrating the house, you can get a better insulated steel back door, and that's going to help quiet it down, help reduce it. On top of that, the type of hardware that you can put on it. So it's really not just a garage door. It's a system, Joe. It's a whole system that works together, and you can put top end rollers. We have Max Life rollers, and they're awesome. They're red rollers, and they got. I'm gonna nerd out just a little bit here, but these awesome bearings in there and 7-inch stems. You can get really some special stuff. Our springs are proprietary to us. They're Max Life springs, and they're going to last over 80,000 cycles, guaranteed on the parts for life. And when you do the whole system like that, it is going to be smooth and quiet, strong and long lasting.
It reminds me of when I was a kid back in the 80s. We'd buy the skateboard and then change out the wheels, the rollers, basically. Yeah. They're very similar. They have ball bearings, and on your garage door, they're called rollers. They're basically little wheels that allow that big door, that big moving piece, to move. But you want them to move quietly and smoothly. And the smoother the rollers, the better. And these nylon rollers are fantastic. Why don't you get 10 free ones today by calling? Call now, 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, a little slower, 602-462-8748. For $129, you're going to get your garage door tuned up. You're going to get 10 free rollers. And on top of that, Cody is offering a 29-point inspection on your garage door system. You've got to call right now. We only have a few of these left. So once again, here is the phone number. 602-462-8748. Cody, before we go to break, let's talk about home security. The better the garage door, the more solid it is, the more secure your home's going to be. We talked about builder-grade doors. Now, you know much more about garage doors than I do, but my impression is I'm more likely to get into someone's garage and then potentially their home by penetrating a door that's a builder-grade door with a tool, maybe a vehicle, than I would be a heavier insulated door. Is that true?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Unfortunately, some of the builder grade doors, all you do is just the wind blows right and it's already bent in, right? So the stronger and more rigid the garage door, the better the insulation level, the harder it is to get through them.
Absolutely. You've been to my home and you know I've got what I call heavy duty doors. It does require a different type of spring tension. It requires pretty much the same maintenance. Anyone can get the doors I have, which are insulated doors with glass windows in them, double pane. They're very efficient doors. But I'll tell you, when my wife and I decided to go with these, what I call heavy-duty doors, not so much that they were insulated, but because they're insulated, they ride on the tracks better, kind of like a Cadillac. Great rollers, nylon rollers, the ones we're talking about. When the door moves, because it's got two sides to it with insulation in the middle, it's got a back to it. It's not hollow. It is so quiet. And that's what I love most about it. It is substantial. It's kind of like a big, heavy vehicle versus a lighter one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like on the like the basic builder pan door, when you open the door, it shakes a lot, right? Because it's a little bit lighter, but also you're hearing all the crinkling and popping from the metal. It's oil canning, and as the door moves, that metal's flexing. What's eventually going to happen when that metal flexes is it's going to crack. It's flexing, it's shaking a lot, it's just making a lot of noise. And eventually it's going to get torn up, and we all know that's going to happen eventually. So the whole goal is let's get this thing working as smooth as possible.
Call now to get your 29-point inspection, your free 10 rollers, all for $129 with your garage door tune-up. Once again, $129 for a garage door tune-up, ordinarily $350. You're going to get 10 free rollers and a 29-point garage door inspection. Call now. Call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about smart home integration.
All right.
That's fun stuff. It's coming up next right here on Checker Pro Radio. Stand by.
This is the Checker Pro Radio Show.
If you want to get a home improvement project done, but you don't know who to call, I can help. This is Dave Ramsey. Don't call. Log on to checkapro.com.
Most people don't think about their garage door until it stops working. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello. Your garage door works hard every day, and a little maintenance goes a long way. At A1 Garage Door Service, our monthly service plan will keep your garage door running smoothly so you never have to deal with a broken garage door. It's simple, it's smart, and it saves you time and costly repairs. From repairs to upgrades, it's A1 from day one. Call A1 Garage Door Service, and you'll be smiling today.
A1 from day one.
Back here on the Checker Pro Radio Show, I am your host, Check a Pro Joe. Love doing what I do. I've been doing this for over 20 years, pre-qualifying home service professionals for you, my listener right here in our community. My special guest today, special expert guest, Cody Johnson. He is a garage door expert, my garage door expert, and I invite him onto the program occasionally to talk about your garage doors and how they can run smoother, how they can last longer, and if you want, how they can be upgraded and improved. Cody, it's great to have you here.
Thank you for having me, Joe. It's always great to be here.
For those of you who did not get the phone number before the break for the special offer, here it is. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. The phone number, 602-462-8748. Jerry's been my producer here on Checker Pro Radio for about 20 years. He's stood by me through thick and thin, and he reminds me every radio show of how many offers we have left, and there's only two. You must call now. 602-462-8748. You're going to get 10 free rollers, a garage door tune-up, a 29-point inspection, all for $129. Call now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. So, Cody, before the break, I let everybody know that we're going to talk about smart home integration. One of the cool things today is many things in our homes can be done through automation. We can have lights go off and on. We can have the coffee machine go off and on. We can talk to our home. We can do similar things with our garage door openers now. We touched upon it earlier in the show, but I want to go a little deeper into how people, for really not a lot of money, how they can upgrade their garage door opener from the old opener they have to a new one that's going to run smoother and better, but also be able to do so many things that are well worth the upgrade.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about upgrade. Man, I remember when I was growing up, my dad had an old screwdriver opener, and you'd hit the button. And, oh, my gosh, the whole entire home would shake. It would shake, Joe. And then on top of that, there's like oil and grease on the ground underneath the screwdriver opener. And and when my dad put in one of these newer LiftMaster belt drives, it was whisper quiet. It was so quiet you wouldn't even hear it. My brother could sneak in and out of the house after that. How about that?
And things have changed even more so. It seems every couple of months there are improvements to the technology. I've got MyQ technology. What I use that for is I have cameras in my garage. I can see what's going on. One of the things I like about it most is I have it programmed that if my garage doors are open and I forget to close them, they're going to close automatically at 10 o'clock. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, suppose someone is in the way or something's in the way. Well, all of the safety features that a garage door system has, it has even more so with MyQ. It'll actually give you a warning signal it's about to close. And then if it tries to close and something's in the way in front of the sensors, it won't close. If it hits something, it'll retract. So it's very safe. I just love it.
Most of the time, what I've found is good is like if you live on a busy street, of course, you don't, but for a lot of people, they may live on a little bit busier street. And, you know, the kids just leave the garage door open all the time. And so you can set this MyQ app up. You can set the app, and it's free. It's integrated into the opener, into the new openers that we'll install. And you can set it where it'll automatically close the garage door. And if the safety acts up, it'll kick back up. That'd be the only time it won't close is if there's a safety problem, which is clear as day. You don't want it to, right? But it's really nice because now you don't have to, when you go off to the movies or you go to the store, you don't have to get 20 minutes away and then say, hey, honey, oh, did you close the garage door? She's going to say, no, I didn't. Did you? Well, no, I didn't either. Now what are we doing? We're circling back. We're wasting, it's a 40-minute round trip there, right? You don't have to do it. All you got to do is pop open your phone, hit the MyQ app, open it up, and let's say the garage door is open. All you got to do is just hit the little button right there, and it'll say closing. And then it will tell you it's actually closed and how long it's been closed or how long it's been open at that time. On top of that, some of the openers that we offer has a camera. You can actually visually, not just trust the little button there, but you can actually visually see if the garage door is open or closed. And that, to me, is just a peace of mind. And it's great, and it makes you more efficient, too.
It is phenomenal. I know when my wife has opened the garage door. I'll get a notification, which I can adjust that, but I kind of like to know, oh, yeah, okay, she just left or she just came home. That's true of the two garage doors. And so I have them labeled differently, both MyQ. I can see what's going on with the camera. I can let people in from my smartphone. I can give them a code and let them in if they wish. I can let delivery drivers such as Amazon in without even having to know they're going to be in. They have a special security system at Amazon that works with the MyQ system. There is no chance of anything going wrong. In other words, they really can't steal from you while they're in there. They have to be in and out really quick. You know the details of that.
Oh, yeah. They take pictures before and after. It's a special background checked Amazon delivery guy. It's a special program. Now, remember, if you're uncomfortable with that, you don't have to use that. You don't have to allow them to do it, but you have the option to, which is really good when you have a special gift coming in, a computer, a TV, a bike for the kids for birthday or Christmas or something. You don't want to just sit out on the porch to get stolen, do you?
Porch pirates. No, you don't have to worry about the porch pirate thing. And actually, you're right. I don't use that feature. I actually have a box where I want my deliveries to go into. But at any point in time, I can turn the feature on. I just have decided not to. It's not necessary where I live to do that. But some people really should consider that. If you're interested in any new equipment, from a garage door opener to garage doors, and by the way, garage door quotes are absolutely free, call Cody and his team now. 602-462-8748. That's 602-462-8748. Jerry, my producer's talking to me in my ear again. He's kind of particular about things, Cody. He says the show's going to be wrapping up soon, and he wants to make sure that I give out the phone number again for the offer today for the garage door tune-up. He said there's a couple more of these left. He really likes to max these things out. I know you do as well.
Oh, yeah.
So we had 10 originally. 8 are gone, only 2 left. Call now to get your 129 garage door tune-up and get 10 free rollers for your garage door. These are upgraded rollers, nylon rollers. Your garage door is going to sound fantastic. It's not going to sound like a freight train anymore. It's going to last longer, and it's just going to run more efficiently. It's a $350 value for only $129. And on top of that, I shook Cody upside down, and the pennies and nickels fell out of him. And I said, I want more. He said, fine. I will add the 29-point inspection for free. I really appreciate that.
No worries. No worries.
The phone number is 602-462-8748. But you've got to call now. 602-462-8748. As we wrap up the show, really quickly, let's talk about the safety improvements today. When I was young, one of the things I used to do, and I'm talking really young, I would hold the garage door handle from the outside and my friend would press the button. And I'd have it pull me up. There were no safety sensors. I'm not even so sure if that garage door, when it came down, if that would have maimed me. I don't know if it would have gone back up. I don't know if it had that reflex, which what happens today is if the garage door hits something after so much pressure, which isn't much pressure, it reverses. It has to. It's a law, right?
It is a law. It is the law. And it's funny you mentioned that. We still see sometimes kids today, they do that. You would think that's just old school, but no, they still do it. So we have the safeties. You have what's called an up force safety. If it's getting stuck going up, the door should stop. And you want that, or else it's going to rip your door in half. We have a down force safety, which is what you're describing. If it's hitting me, it should stop and go back up. We have the photo eyes down at the bottom of your tracks. Next time you guys get to your house, look down at the bottom of the tracks. You're going to see little photo eyes. They should be roughly about 4 to 6 inches off the ground, and they should be facing each other. And so on that, just imagine a 6-year-old kid's just running in as you're closing the garage door, or a cat and dog. They should, if they cross that sensor beam, the door should stop and go back up. We don't want it going down, hitting anything. And then there's a couple other things. So those are the major safety things. Some of our openers nowadays have a built-in motion detector on the wall switch. Not all of them, but some of them do. And so when you open the door and it's a dark garage, the light comes on automatically for you. And then also one thing that's kind of been a little bit more recent is a battery backup. And a battery backup, if you lose power, I really don't want my mom lifting the garage door. Her door is perfectly balanced, but I don't want her having to disengage it and lift the door up. Nowadays, on some of our better openers, they have a battery backup built into it. So if a thunderstorm comes through, or the power gets knocked out on a blackout or a brownout, she can still hit the button and the door will go up and down, and it'll beep at her, letting her know, hey, it's in battery backup mode. But that way she can pull in and pull out of the garage easily. And so that's kind of some of the updated safeties that we have nowadays.
Cody, thank you for that, and thank you for everything you have brought to the program today. Unfortunately, the show is ending.
Oh, my gosh.
But call now. Oh, so Jerry tells me that we have none left. Cody, would you do me a favor for my listeners?
What do you want?
2 more.
2 more?
2 more. So 12. Instead of the 10, I want 2 more. Can you do that?
We'll do it for you.
Okay, so it's not too late. Call now. Here's the phone number. 602-462-8748. Call now to get your 129 garage door tune-up and 10 free rollers. Cody's just given us 2 more to give away here on Check A Pro Radio. A $350 value for only $129, and he's throwing in a 29-point inspection for your garage door system. Call right now, 602-462-8748. Cody, as always, thank you for joining me today on the show.
Thank you for the opportunity.
This is the Check A Pro Radio Show.